Hi everyone, welcome back to Parade. I'm Kelly Strack, and on my channel I share all things beauty. I'm back to show you some amazing high-end and affordable makeup products with Deluxe or Dupe. The holidays are just around the corner and I am so excited. This is my favorite time of year. So I picked some of my favorite products and some new ones as well, just in time for holiday shopping to create a beautiful holiday makeup look for you guys. And of course, this is Deluxe or Dupe, so we're going to be creating the look with both price points. So I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and get started. Up first on the Deluxe side, to prime the skin, I'm gonna be going in with the Huda Beauty Jelly Primer. This primer retails for $33. You can find it at Sephora. So I'm just gonna work this into my skin. It's a really nice primer. And this product does not have a scent. It's completely clear, so it's not adding any color or anything, and helps to prep the skin for makeup application. But you guys know I got you on a really good, affordable dupe. On the dupe side, we're gonna be going in with the Nyx Bear With Me Primer. You can get this at pretty much any drugstore. It typically retails for about $17. And the product looks almost identical. It is in a different component. This is in a jar versus like the Huda, which is in a more bottle with a squeezy top. This one you will need to use like your finger to get it out. It's the same sort of jelly concept. It's also clear, doesn't have a scent to it, and helps to prep the skin for makeup application. All right, up next, we're gonna jump into our foundation, but today we're actually gonna be using a serum skin tint. These have been so popular. They're kind of like hybrids in between a skincare product and a foundation product. So on the high-end side, we're gonna be going in with the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. This retails for $48. You can get it at Sephora. It has SPF 40 in it, as well as niacinamide, squalene, and hyaluronic acid. It has a little dropper type of bottle. So what I'm actually gonna do is just drop some onto a sponge, which is how I like to apply it. I'm using shade Paloma, and then go in and tap it onto my skin. If you want a little bit more coverage, you can use a brush with this, but I just prefer to use a dampened beauty sponge. As you can see, it gives a very light coverage to the skin. It's not gonna give you like super full coverage or anything. It just kind of perfects your skin while also applying good skincare ingredients and giving you a slight tint. The more like less is more makeup look has definitely been a big trend this year, and these products have been really popular. Now on the dupe side, I'm gonna jump in with a very similar product. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. This you can get at most drugstores, Target, Walmart, and typically retails for about $15. This also has hyaluronic acid in it, although it does not have the other skincare ingredients, and it does not have SPF, but the overall look on the skin is very similar. And this also has a dropper applicator. In this, I'm going in with shade Medium, and I'm gonna tap this into the dupe side. Very similar, very light coverage, just kind of perfecting your skin slightly while giving you those nice skincare ingredients. This has 1% hyaluronic acid, which is great to help the skin retain more moisture. So you guys can see these skin tints right next to each other. Obviously a very significant difference in price, but not a significant difference in how the skin looks. Up next on the Deluxe side for concealer, we're gonna jump in with the Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. This retails for $26. You can find it at Sephora. It has a doe foot applicator. The shade that I'm using is 230, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to my under eyes. This is a long wearing full coverage concealer. Also gonna use it to spot conceal where I have any blemishes, and then going in and blending it out. This is also a really creamy concealer, which I like. It's not gonna dry out your under eyes or the rest of your face. And I personally like the mix of a more full coverage concealer with a light coverage all over complexion product, so then you can spot conceal any areas that you need the coverage and then let your skin shine through in all the other areas. On the dupe side, I'm gonna be going in with the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer. I have this one in shade Light Medium. You can find this at most drugstores, and it typically retails for about $4 to $5. So I'm going to apply this in the exact same areas, my under eyes, and then any areas that I need to further spot conceal. This concealer has the exact same claims of full coverage and long wearing, although obviously is at a much cheaper price point. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and jump into a cream bronzer. So on the Deluxe side, I'm gonna be going in with this bronzer from Huda Beauty. This is the Tantour Contour and Bronzing Cream. I'm gonna be using shade Medium in this, and I'm going to apply this to the skin. This retails for $30 and is a cream contour with a matte finish. You don't need a lot of this. It's definitely very pigmented and blends into the skin very easily. And you guys can find this at Sephora. Sometimes if I use a little bit too much, I'll go in with my beauty sponge and just go over it to help blend. Then on the dupe side, I'm gonna jump in with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I have this in shade Tan Lines. It's essentially the same thing. It's a cream bronzer that does dry matte on the skin. This typically retails for $6 and can be found at most drugstores. So I'm gonna go and blend this into the skin. I like both of these products because they can bronze your skin and also contour at the same time. As you can see on the face, there are slight differences in between the colors and the undertones of the bronzers. Both bronzer lines have a multitude of different shades, but the e.l.f. one is a little bit more cooler toned, where the Huda one is a little bit more warm toned. But overall, they don't look that much different on the skin. Now we're gonna jump into cream blush, and on the Deluxe side, we're gonna be going in with this cream blush from Rare Beauty. This is Stay Vulnerable Melting Cream Blush in the shade Nearly Apricot. It's so, so pretty. This retails for $21 and can be found at Sephora. It just like melts into the skin so easily and has a satin finish. On the dupe side, we're gonna jump in with the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Turks and Caicos. This typically retails for $6 at most drugstores. It's a super, super similar shade, that pretty like corally pink. This is also a cream formula that just melts into the skin so, so beautifully. This one has a semi-matte finish and comes in a bunch of different shades as well as the Rare Beauty one. They both have a bunch of different options as far as color goes, but these are just my favorites. All right, complexion is done. Now we're gonna jump into eyeshadow. So on the Deluxe side, we're gonna be using the Huda Beauty New Nude palette. This is such a pretty palette. You get 18 different shades, both a mix of mattes and shimmers. This does retail for $65 and you can find it at Sephora. So I'm gonna create a look using this palette. I'm gonna first jump in with the shade Secret, and I'm gonna buff this into my crease. It is really nice because this palette does have a nice big mirror, so you can use it to see what you're doing when you're blending your eyeshadow. And I'm just gonna buff this back and forth in windshield wiper motions. Then I'm gonna go in the shade Raw, and I'm gonna work that into this outer V and outer crease area to deepen it up. Then I'm gonna jump in with shade Bear, and I'm going to apply this all over the lid and kind of clean up that crease area. This is a light matte cream shade. Now it's time to jump in with some glitter. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Infatuated right here. I'm gonna use my finger to do this. This is a pressed glitter, and I'm just going to press it onto the lid. I like to use my finger first, and then you can go in and use a brush for any areas you can't get your finger in. I feel like for the holidays, you always need a little glitter. Then I'm gonna jump in with shade Love Bite, and I'm gonna buff that on the lower lash line. This is a really pretty purple shade. And last but not least, I'm gonna mix together shade Bear and shade Crave and pop that right beneath the upper brow bone. Okay, so that is it for eyeshadow on the Deluxe side. Now we're gonna jump to the dupe side. And when you guys see this dupe, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness. So this is the Nova Nude palette. I got this off Amazon. It typically retails from like $8 to $10. Amazon can change the price sometimes, but it is super, super similar and works very similarly as well. So we're gonna try and create the same eye look on the dupe side. So I'm gonna start off with going in with shade Secret. And this palette does also have a nice big mirror, so you can use it as well when you're buffing out your eyeshadow. So I'm just buffing this into the crease and upper crease area, just like we did on the other eye. Then jumping in with shade Raw, and gonna buff this in the outer corner and outer crease area. Now all over the lid, I'm gonna jump in with shade Bear and going to apply this to the lid. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, kind of use this lighter shade to clean up underneath that crease area and sculpt it out. And now jumping in with my finger and Infatuated, I'm gonna press this on the lid. I don't know what it is, but your fingers are always your best tools when it comes to glitter. I just feel like they press the product into the skin so much better. And then just using a brush where I can't fit my finger. Then for the lower lash line, I'm gonna jump in with shade Love Bite. I'm gonna just buff that on and blend everything together. Now for the highlighter, I'm gonna go in with Bear and Crave mixed together again and popping that right beneath the brow bone. All right, so you guys can see the eye with both palettes looks very, very similar. And obviously there is a significant price difference. So I'm gonna go pop on lashes and some liner, and then we'll finish off the look. All right, eyes are done, and now we're gonna move into highlighter because of course, no holiday look is complete without a little highlighter. So on the Deluxe side, we're gonna be going in with one of my favorites. This is the Benefit highlighter in the shade Cookie. This retails for $30 and you can find it at Sephora. It's a really light pinky, but also champagne highlight. It's really, really beautiful. So I'm going to pop this on my cheeks, on the top of my cheekbones like this. Typically I bring my highlighter down my nose and above my Cupid's bow, but since we're kind of keeping half and half, I'll bring the Deluxe down the nose and then we'll bring the dupe above the Cupid's bow. For the dupe side, I have the Hello Halo Blush Lighter Duo from Wet n Wild. So Wet n Wild makes some of the absolute best highlights. In this, you actually get 2 highlights, but this side specifically is a really good dupe for Benefit's Cookie. So I'm going to go in with this on a brush and apply on the cheeks. As you can see, they're very, very similar in shade, like a very light champagne with a little bit of a pinky undertone to them. I'm gonna put this above the Cupid's bow as well. This typically retails for like $4.99. You can find it at most drugstores, CVS, Rite Aid, all those type places. Now, last but not least, of course, we need to do a red lip for holidays. So on the Deluxe side, we're gonna be going in with this one from Rare Beauty. This is the Lip Souffle Matte Cream Lipstick, and I'm gonna be using the shade Inspire. This has a weightless matte finish, and it retails for $20. You can find it at Sephora. And it smells just like cookies. It smells so good. Now on the dupe side, I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop Luxe Liquid Lipstick. This one is in the shade Daily Dose. You can get these on ColourPop's website. They typically retail for $8. I do have a coupon code, which is code Kelly, which will get you 10% off if you wanna use it, so it could be a little cheaper. Also smells really good. They have different scents, but both very sweet. And this is a matte finish as well, although it's nice and weightless on the lips. You'll see as I apply, the Rare Beauty one is a little bit of a brighter red, where the ColourPop is a little bit darker. But overall, if each was on the entire lip, you really wouldn't be able to tell a significant difference. All right, you guys, so this is the completed look. I love how it ended up turning out, and I love how both sides are super similar, but obviously at completely different price points. So you don't have to spend a ton of money to get a really beautiful makeup look. I hope this gives you guys a little bit of holiday inspiration for your makeup looks and holiday ideas for when you're shopping. All of these products would be great for gifts. Make sure to subscribe to Parade's YouTube channel for more videos like this, and check out my channel, Kelly Strack, for more beauty reviews. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.